Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And welcome. Welcome to you all. Come in, sit down and relax. Now, gather all the animals together. Go on, tell Gusti to sit down and remain calm for a couple of seconds. Tell Margot to wake up and pay attention for a couple of minutes. And tell Nigel, good old Nige, tell Nige to get off the wheel and concentrate on the telly. I've got an announcement for you all.
This is lesson 230.
So, what have you got to say about that, eh? Pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Just stop for a brief moment and think about that. This lesson right here, now, when I'm talking to you and all the animals, this is lesson 230. Fantastic! We've reached the 230 mark. Brilliant! Congratulations to us. Everyone should feel very good. Every one of you should feel proud of yourselves. Great, brilliant, excellent. We should celebrate. We can always try to get tickets to see the great Belendi at the circus, but his trapeze act is always very popular. So I think that we won't be able to get tickets. Oh well, never mind. We can try to get tickets to see him later on. We'd better get the tickets this year though. The great Belendi isn't getting any younger and he might retire soon. He's quite an old man these days. Anyway, I'm sure we can think of another way to celebrate. How about some fireworks? Now there's something we can easily organize. Okay, so let's see some fireworks. All right, well, as I said, congratulations everyone. And now, now the animals can get back to doing what they enjoy. Margot can go back to sleep. Gusti can start doing the mad chicken dance again, but Gusti, dance outside, please. And Nigel, I'm afraid you'll have to keep quiet for the next 15 odd minutes, okay? I mean, you can sit there and watch the telly, but no noise pollution, okay? We've got things to learn and those things are connected to to and either. So, let's dive in once again to the sea of English. Right then. So, what do you all remember about using to and either? Well, the main thing is that we use to and either to show agreement. Now, we can use to and either to show that someone agrees with someone else. I'm eating pizza. I'm eating pizza too. We can also use to and either to show that two ideas agree with each other. She can play the guitar. She can play the piano too. Okay, so those examples use to, but we can use either to show the same idea too. The only difference is what? Yes, that's right. We use to after a positive verb, and we use either after a negative verb. I'm not interested in flowers. I'm not interested in flowers either. And just like with the positive version, we can also use either to show that two ideas agree with each other. He can't cook well. She can't cook well either. Okay, so let's have some practice, shall we? As usual, we'll do the first one together, okay? I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty too. So easy, no? Someone said something using a positive form of the verb to be, I am, although they used the short abbreviated form, I'm. But the important thing is that the form of the verb is positive, which means that if we want the second part to agree with it, then we have to use what? Yes! Bingo! Well done! Because the verb is positive, if we want to agree with it, then we have to use to. Okay, so I'm thirsty too. He's living in Hódmezővásárhely. She's living in Hódmezővásárhely. She needs a holiday. Her friend. Yul Brynner wasn't Hungarian. James Dean. Steven Seagal can play the guitar. Tash Neal. Okay, so how did you get on? Those were easy, weren't they? Yes! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Japanesey, windy breezy. Okay, so let's just quickly check them together, shall we? Okay, number one, we did it together. I'm thirsty and I'm thirsty too. Great! What about the next one? What about number two? Well, it's a sentence about where someone's living. And what tense are we using? That's right, it's the present continuous, which means that we're talking about something which is happening about now. Possibly this is a temporary situation. Perhaps this person normally lives in Blairgowrie, where my grandmother used to live, in the same village in Scotland where my mother grew up, but they're in Hódmezővásárhely at the moment because they're studying or working there, I don't know. Anyway, that's not important, is it? No. So, what is important? Well, the important thing for us is whether the verb is positive or negative. And which one is it? Yes, it's positive, isn't it? There's no not connected to the verb, it's positive. Okay, and what does this mean? Well, this means that if we want to agree with the sentence, with the idea, then we have to use to. He's living in Hódmezővásárhely. She's living in Hódmezővásárhely too. Magic, martini, gin and tonic. And on we go to the next one. And what have you got? Well, is it positive or negative? It's positive, isn't it? So, what does that mean? That's right, we need to. Aha! But this one is a little bit harder, isn't it? With this one, most of the sentence is missing. You have to provide the rest of the sentence, not just the last word. Okay, but that's not hard for us, is it? No, of course not. So, use the same verb, the verb to need. Well, when we conjugate the verb to be, what does it become? Well, what's the subject? Her friend. Okay, and that means what? Well, her friend is the third person singular, which means that we need to add an S to the infinitive. I need, you need, he needs, she needs, it needs. We need, you need, they need. So, her friend, we don't know if it's a man or a woman, needs. And what is it that he or she needs? That's right, a holiday. Her friend needs a holiday. And the last word, to show the agreement? That's right, it's positive, so we need to. Her friend needs a holiday too. She needs a holiday. Her friend needs a holiday too. All right, now we're cooking with gas on a halogen hob. Hang on, that's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Okay, well, never mind. We'll be careful. And being careful, let's get on with the exercise. Are you all ready? Ready for the next one? Okay then, bring it on. Aha! It's a sentence about Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner wasn't Hungarian. Well, that's not really new information, is it? No. Okay. Never mind, we can deal with old, obvious sentences too, I guess. Okay, so Yul Brynner wasn't Hungarian. No, but in the film The Journey, the story was in Hungary, so that's a connection. That's him, there, in the foreground, the bloke who's as bald as a billiard ball. Okay, so that's Yul, and even though the film The Journey was set in Hungary, Yul wasn't Hungarian. Okay, now what's important about this sentence? Yes, that's right, the verb is in the negative, which means what? Yes. Right again, Batman. That means that if we want the next part of the sentence to agree with the first part, we have to use either. After a negative verb, we use either, not to. So, that means that the following part of the sentence, the part about James Dean, uses either, not to. Because, now hang on to your trousers here, this is shocking information. I've just heard that James Dean wasn't Hungarian. Okay, I know that's shocking news, but it's true. Yul Brynner wasn't Hungarian, and James Dean. Well, how are we going to finish the sentence? Correct a squirrel pie day. James Dean wasn't Hungarian either. Brilliant. Yul Brynner wasn't Hungarian. James Dean wasn't Hungarian either. Brilliant. And on we go. What's the next one? Aha! Steven Seagal. Great. So that's Steve. Now, what about the sentence? Well, we've learned that he can play the guitar. Okay, so we're making a sentence using can to talk about ability. He can do this. He can play the guitar. And is can positive or negative? Positive, of course. We make the negative of can, can't, by adding not to can. Cannot becomes can't. Great. So, if it's positive and we want to agree with it, then what are we going to use? Yes, well done. We need to use to, don't we? So, make it happen. Tash Neal can play the guitar too. Steven Seagal can play the guitar. Tash Neal can play the guitar too. Well, Rick, how did they do? What do you think?
Fantastic!
Brilliant, great, and oh, just in time as well, because yes, that's right, it's time for us to leave you for the week. Yes, our 15 minutes is up and we have to go to start the weekend. Hooray! Great! So, thanks for watching. Remember to have a fantastic weekend. Do whatever makes you happy. Always have fun. That's the reason we're alive. Okay, now if you feel that you need more English, then you can always mosey on over to www.m5tv.hu and check out our old lessons and all the vocabulary. Also, if you missed any of our lessons this week, you can catch up with anything you missed on Sunday when they show the Omnibus. Okay, folk, we're off. It's time to get the weekend going. All right, have fun and enjoy yourselves this weekend. And I'll see you all refreshed and happy on Monday. Okay? Right then, see you on Monday. Have fun. See you later. Bye.